Hello everyone and welcome to the Impact Play, impacting more than just gaming. I'm your show host, Muhammad, otherwise known as It's Yagu. We are your one-stop news shop for latest and greatest across gaming, tech, entertainment, sports, and music. Plus, we're also amplifying voices from those respective fields and having their result here on the Impact Play. Join us when we record the show live over at twitch.tv/TheImpactPlay and by clicking on that notification bell so you will be notified when we do go live, or later on YouTube, or even on your favorite podcast platform. Simply search for The Impact Play. Whoever you consume your content, whoever you consume it, we are there. Your support keeps the lights running and keeps the content rolling. You can support us over anchor.fm/TheImpactPlay/support, where it's tier 2 supporters and above have access to exclusive content, including the post show, getting the show ad-free, and more. Or you can even be using the free way by using our Epic Creator Code. We are Epic partners, so every purchase you make within the Epic Store, we use our creator code THEIMPACTPLAY. We do get a commission and a slight kickback to help us support the show for the elevators and no extra cost to you. Once again, that creator code is THEIMPACTPLay. That's all one word, folks, and it's not case sensitive. So use it when you're buying anything in Rocket League, Fall Guys, Fortnite, even in Rumbleverse. But this episode of The Impact Play is sponsored by Audible. However, me and the team will tell you about that later. This is episode 201, and on the agenda, we have the very first Disney Marvel Games Showcase. QuakeCon 2022 is underway. Dragon Ball Z is in Fortnite. Netflix could be investing in cloud gaming. Death Stranding is coming to Xbox. Google Fiber is expanding in even more states. Your iPhone may soon have more ads. Apple may unveil the iPhone 14 by next month. Snap is abandoning its Pixie drone. A Doctor Who Magic the Gathering crossover. A first look at the new Addams Family. A new Saw movie from a familiar face. The 2022 WNBA playoffs. Deshaun Watson has settled with the NFL. The Big Ten signs a deal with CBS, Fox, and even NBC. New music from Blackpink, Megan Thee Stallion, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, Missy Elliott, Anita, and more. Plus the top stories of the week. So I got my coffee, ate a full breakfast, and let's get to it, folks. Let's start the show. So welcome to our very first segment of the show, where we discuss what I've been playing, what I've been enjoying, essentially what we have been up to. So I did dabble with Destiny 2, I believe a couple of days ago. I didn't live stream it though, I played it offline, but it was a blast. but yeah, Fall Guys every now and then. But what I recently started doing is booting up my PS4 for fighting games. So I started with Brawlhalla. And then I tried to play Multiverse, but for some reason it won't let me sign in with my account, so I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I did, and I also did, so I did play Apex Legends Mobile the other day, but I had a blast with it. But yeah, literally, that's what I'm using my PS4 for. I booted it up the other day just to play fighting games. Every now and then I'll boot it up. But yeah, that's about it for that front. What I've been watching. I guess we'll wait until we get into the housekeeping stories. That's what we have been watching. You could sign up for your free 30-day trial and immediately get access to 1 credit. And if you're Amazon Prime, you get access to 2 credits. And it's good for any premium title. Simply go to audibletrial.com/TheImpactPlay. Once again, the URL is audibletrial.com/TheImpactPlay. So if you guys noticed something different about the stream, you've guessed it. We definitely included a fundraiser panel throughout the different panels of the live stream. So we are rallying funds in support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which is our local children's hospital here in Georgia. So through the partnership of Extra Life, which is a program of the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. But nonetheless, we are raising funds. We're going to be doing that until the foreseeable future. Due to, I know you guys go in and support us no matter what content we do or what we have for you. But nonetheless, I would like to take that support and amplify that into an amazing fund, in support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. So I know we can do this together. We do this as a community and just unlock some amazing things as we go along. Also, if you missed our last episode, our review cast for The Sandman, episode 201, is up now. And we're on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and even YouTube Shorts, where you could catch our tidbit clips of our live streams, our playthroughs, and more. And our follower goal, I said girl, for Twitch is 500 followers. I know we could do this together. Let's hit that follow button, hit the notification bell, and just hit that share button as well. So that's it for our housekeeping for you guys. Now we're gonna get into the news, folks, and I'm gonna start with your gaming play. Alrighty, folks, so the first ever Disney Marvel Game Showcase is coming in September. And Blessing Adeoye Jr. from the Kind of Finding team will be hosting that event as well. So kudos to him. I guess this article is coming over from IGN. So the first ever Disney Marvel Game Showcase will debut next month, featuring brand new video game announcements from the likes of Star Wars, Pixel, Marvel, and more. The digital showcase will debut during the D23 Expo on September 9th, and has already promised further updates on Marvel's Midnight Suns, Amy Hennig's Marvel Ensemble game from Skydance New Media, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and Disney Dreamlight Valley. Marvel Games, Lucasfilms, and 20th Century Games will all be present to some degree during the showcase, bringing reveals, announcements, and trailers for new and upcoming games, according to Disney. So that's about it on that front, and I'm really looking forward to that showcase. Speaking of showcase, we have everything that was announced at the THQ Nordic Digital Showcase, coming from Digital Trends. So let's go into the announcements. Alone in the Dark is back. They revealed a reboot of the franchise, and is currently in development for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Developed 3 Fields Entertainment, which was founded by developers known for their work in Burnout and Need for Speed, and announced Recreation. It will feature a gigantic 400 square kilometer open world for players to explore. Players can also create wild looking tracks that they can race on alone or with friends. It's currently in development for next gen and past gen. So PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. And we have AEW's Fight Forever. We got a more of an in-depth look at it during the reveal. We have SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake. It will be released on the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. And THQ Nordic is also working with South Park Digital Studios on an unannounced title. And then we got the other announcements are a Handy Games Sizzle Reel Showcase, the sister company's Gamescom 2022 lineup. Destroy All Humans 2, Rebooted got a trailer ahead of its release later this month. We have Space for Sale, a new base building and resource gathering simulation game is coming to PC. Gothic 1 Remake got a new trailer showcasing the mini colony. Jagged Alliance 3 got a new trailer showing the turn-based strategy gameplay. The Valiant got a new trailer featuring its tactical RTS campaign and multiplayer modes, 3D Realms, and Slipgate. Ironworks announced RTS Tempest Rising, which will launch sometime next year. Grand Strategy Knights of Honor 2, Sovereign got a new trailer. Outcast 2 got a new trailer. Way of the Hunter also got a launch trailer ahead of its release next week. And Stunt Fest World Tour also got a new trailer as well. Speaking of announcements, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has teased something for later this week. On Sunday, August 21st. They announced that during the Pokemon World Championships opening ceremony. Where they also announced that new content was coming to Pokemon Masters EX and Pokemon Unite. And Capcom will have 2 live streams at the Tokyo Games Showcase. And it'll kick off in September. As one of the publishers taking part in the annual Japanese Gaming Expo, Capcom will have 2 presentations streamed during the event. And Capcom's second presentation will be focused entirely on Street Fighter 6. And it's scheduled for September 16th at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm definitely excited for that since, I'm dabbling with fighting games now. So we have some acquisitions for you coming over from the Embrace It Group, coming from GamesIndustry.biz. So the Embrace It Group has announced a number of major acquisitions, including the IP rights to The Lord of the Rings and Man-Eater developer Tripwire Interactive. The company announced 5 acquisitions early this morning, plus one unannounced acquisition for an aggregated upfront purchase price of $576 million. So Embracer announced an agreement to acquire Middle-earth Enterprises, a division of the Sal Zentz company, which has owned the IP rights to The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit for over 50 years. Embracer said that acquisition may also include matching rights in the Middle-earth related literary works authorized by the Mulkean Estate and HarperCollins, which have yet to be explored. Embracer said that acquisition was aligned with its IP-driven transmedia strategy and expressed interest and explored additional movies based on an iconic characters such as Gandalf, Aragorn, Gollum, Galadriel, Ewan, and other characters from the itinerary works of J.R.R. Tolkien, and continue to provide new opportunities for fans to explore this fictive world through merchandising and other experiences. Embracer also acquired Collector's Editions publisher Limited Run, with the transaction also including the company's 40% ownership in the joint venture Super Deluxe Games in Japan that will source more games to Limited Run on the Western market and provide a channel to sell Limited Run's catalog, one of the strongest markets in the world for physical titles. And including the acquisition of Killing Floor and Man-Eater developer Tripwire Interactive, as well as publishing on Tripwire Presents, as well as Teardown developer Tuxedo Labs, both via its subsidiary Bar Interactive. So that's the reason why I included this in the gaming news segment instead of the entertainment one. But nonetheless, let's go into this other article. Another one coming from GamesIndustry.biz. So former contractors alleged that Nintendo of America was a discriminatory workplace for female contractors, according to an expose by Kotaku. In one of the report accounts, a former... Let me zoom in real quick. Okay. Now, a former temporary staffer explained that she reported incidents of sexual harassment, and in response, the external staffing company she technically works for, Aerotech, warned her to be less outspoken. Kotaku spoke with 10 people who worked for Nintendo at various points of the past decade, who detailed various stories of sexual harassment and gender discrimination at the company. They said limited career advancement opportunities for women. Additionally, the report highlighted the power imbalance between full-time staffers and contractors, saying promotions to full-time work were given based on favoritism, with the head of the product testing department routinely making inappropriate advances toward women working under him. A lot of the Nintendo of America Reddit badges full-time employees had reputations for using the tester pool of associates as a dating pool. One tester told Kotaku, "If you were approached by a red badge and they appeared to be making moves on you, other women said that you didn't want to dissuade them too hard." Contract workers were given clear goals that they would help them be converted or have their contracts renewed. Another disparity that the report mentioned was a lack of women who could also advocate for others when full-time positions opened. Men who were friends with employees were more likely to become full-time NOA employees. Kotaku added the following: its labor report in April, head of NOA Doug Bowser initially acknowledged the media's allegations about the company's working conditions. He responded to the coverage saying that the firm has zero tolerance for misconduct. The report joins alleged labor issues that have arisen for Nintendo of America recently. Kotaku previously reported on harsh working conditions for Nintendo contractors back in April, and then IGN followed in May with an additional report where contractors criticized the company's culture and the treatment. And last week alone, Nintendo of America received its second labor complaint of the year. So hopefully things will change, especially on Nintendo. That has to change. For sure. People taking advantage of other people, which is a big no-no. So here's some positive news. Today, the Pokemon Company International announced that it intends to donate $25 million across the next 5 years to nonprofits that support children and work to create equitable communities. The firm said that the monetary support will be given to a predetermined group of organizations. It said that selection was based upon work on global, regional, and at the local levels. The nonprofits that will receive the donation include the Black Girls Code, Central Unica das Favelas, and Stop AAPI Hate. Additionally, the entertainment firm said that it will partner with organizations that serve the local communities of where its offices reside. So kudos to them, to the Pokemon Company. So we have a bit of a crossover. So Dragon Ball Z is, or should I say Dragon Ball Super, is in Fortnite. And it finally arrived after weeks of speculation. Alright, we have EA is closing the servers of 4 titles in November. So EA is closing the online servers for a number of older titles, including Command & Conquer 3, Tiberian Wars, and its expansion. Where is it? Its expansion? Kane's Wrath, Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, and Mercenaries 2 World in Flames. The servers will be shut down on November 9th. And thank you IGN and True Treatment for this report. So Netflix is apparently looking into cloud gaming, coming over from IGN. And according to Protocol, Netflix is looking to expand its games offering with a focus on cloud gaming, as several recent job adverts have listed cloud gaming experience as a requirement. So that's all it is coming from this job listing. So hopefully they do integrate this somehow. We'll see. Speaking of cloud games, there's another report coming from IGN that Google has begun integrating cloud gaming servers into its search results. The Nerf reports Brian Chappell noted in a series of tweets that the new feature appears to be rolling out across the Search Giant's results pages. It gives users the ability to directly launch a cloud game from the search results using Google Stadia, as well as other cloud services. Alright, so you have QuakeCon that is happening now, and it is back once again, but as a digital event. And it took place August 18th, and it's a weekend thing, so it'll finish off on August 20th. Alrighty. So we have the Harry Potter prequel game is delayed. Coming over from The Verge. So this is coming in from a tweet as well. It'll launch on February 10th, 2023 for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. The Nintendo Switch, however, will launch afterwards. So Death Stranding is coming to Xbox Game Pass starting next week. This one's coming from IGN, by the way. It'll be on the Xbox PC Game Pass on August 23rd. So it's the original version of Death Stranding, not the director's cut. Well, that's nice for a lot of people. Definitely be able to play that game now. So we have some esports news for you folks. So Team BDS won 3 matches Sunday, including a rout of G2 Sports in the final to win the Rocket League World Champion in Fort Worth, Texas. This is coming over from sportsnot.com. BDS, which took home $600,000 of the event's $2 million plus prize pool, won the first 3 maps in the final 2-1 on Manafield, 3-2 on Aquadome, and 1-0 in overtime on DFH Stadium. G2 bounced back with a 2-1 win on Utopia Coliseum, with BTS clinched the 3.0 win on Wasteland. So here's the prize pool winners. Team DS, of course, won first place. Second place went to G2 Sports of $400,000. 3 through 4, we have Fioria Esports and FaZe Clan won $200 respectively. 5 through 8, we have Moist Esports, Carmine Corp, the General NRG version 1, each won $100 respectively. 9 through 12, Space Station Gaming, Team Falcon, SMPR Esports, the club won $30,000 respectively. We have 13 through 16. We have Renegades, Endpoint, CEX, Optic Gaming, Jagnetas won $20,000 respectively. Place 17 through the 19. Pioneers 01 Esports and Team Secret won $13,600 respectively. Place 20 through the 22. We have Veloz Esports, Orlando Pirate XD, Signed by Strikers won $10,000 to $10,200 respectively. And places 23 to 24, we have Bravado Gaming and Game Min Gladiators won $6,000 $800. And speaking of the Rocket League, we have a retirement announcement coming over from CJ. So it was a 30-minute video that was displayed at the RLCS Worlds 2022. All right. So we're done with gaming, folks. Now we're going to move on to tech. So the first up, we have Spotify is looking to integrate audio reactions to music playlist, coming on from The Verge. So And I guess it's similar to how YouTube has reaction videos. So they're pretty much doing a test with audio reactions for a playlist. Like, I don't understand why has it found a playlist? Why not just do it towards artist, podcast, songs? Why just playlists? Playlists can be anything. Can be songs, episodes, and what have you. I guess they're pretty much testing us. Hopefully, it'll expand further, which is great. If that's the case. So no, we have something that's not so great. Snap is giving up on its Pixie drone just after only 4 months of it being available. Coming over from The Verge. So the company did say it won't be developing any future versions of the product, according to the Wall Street Journal. Snap CEO Evan Spiegel apparently told employees at a Q&A session about the choice of to no longer develop the Pixie line. All right, so we have some Apple news for you folks, coming from The Verge as well. So Apple's targeting, it looks like Apple might be targeting a September 7th release date for its next product launch event. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, the company typically hosts a big event in the first part of September, and then we have a very likely date we can sort of circle on the calendar, as with its other events that have taken place during the COVID-19 pandemic. The plan is for the event to be streamlined online. So we just have to wait and see what announcements they have for us next month. Speaking of Apple, your iPhone could even, your devices actually could come pre-installed with more apps, such as Mac, on Apple, such as your iPhone, the Mac, books, and even podcasts, according to a report from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Apple has internally tested search ads in Maps, which could display recommendations when you search for restaurants, stores, or other nearby businesses. Apple already implemented a similar advertising model on the App Store, as developers can pay to have their app promoted on a search page for a particular query, like puzzle games or photo editor. As noted by Gurman, ads on Maps could work in the same way, with businesses paying to appear at the top of search results when the user enters certain search terms. All right. So next we have Google Fiber is expanding into even more states. We have it coming. They have announced plans to enter Arizona, Colorado, Nebraska, Nevada, and Idaho, and to 22, additional to 22 metro areas from 17 today. And not lastly, we have some Ethereum news for you folks coming from The Verge. So the Ethereum network has been on a year-long path to switch its energy-hungry proof-of-work blockchain to a more efficient proof-of-stake system. And now developers are suggesting to a date to make the switch. It's not final yet, but on a call streamed via the Ethereum's Foundation YouTube page, decided to submit the pull request, proposing to make the change when the network reaches a specific difficulty mark, which could occur on September 15th or the 16th. So it could happen a lot sooner than expected. And lastly, we have Raker, the premium platform for creating innovative multi-chain NFT experiences, is teaming up with Emoji, the brand, up to bring their beloved icons to Web3. Emojis are an experiment in today's world, from texting to Twitter and even everything in between. They shape the way we communicate in the 21st century, making their introduction to Web3 particularly exciting. Okay, and the launch will take place September 22nd. As interested, be sure to check out the article on 1:37 p.m. Alrighty. We're done with tech, folks, and then we're going to move on to entertainment. So this first one's going to come from IGN. Why Batgirl's cancellation makes zero sense. So to be perfectly clear, Batgirl being cancelled by Warner Brothers Discovery is a bad thing. It doesn't bode well for anybody who enjoys movie streaming or otherwise. It's a major blow to the talented artists that work hard in every phase of the film's production and to the diversity this particular character represents. As far as we're concerned, Kevin Smith put his finger on it by highlighting the fact that it's an incredibly bad look to cancel the Latina Batgirl movie, even if the movie was absolutely effing dog shit, which he doubts was the case anyways. Since its cancellation, there have been a handful of reasons offered and excuses made for what is, creatively speaking, a very disappointing movie by the newly merged Warner Brothers Discovery. And there's a comparison comparing it to Morpheus because Morpheus was horrible when it released. So even if it was bad, it couldn't be worse than that. So I feel like it may release in some form or another because a lot of people are wondering why was it canceled and they want to see it. So it looks like there will be a demand for it and hopefully it will be released. Not officially by the best thing or unofficially by the worst case scenario. So we'll just have to wait and see. And we have a Doctor Who Magic the Gathering crossover. So Magic Wizard of the Coast announced that the Doctor Who crossover is in the works for Magic the Gathering, the latest and growing a list of TV show crossovers. Magic will get new cards and 4 unique commander decks featuring Doctor Who characters sometimes in quarter 3 of 2023. Magic's crossover products fall under a label Wizards of the Coast, well, Wizard of the Coast calls Universes Beyond. So separating them from its own canonical universe. For example, today's Wizard Presents reveal event also gave additional details on the Lord of the Rings theme set coming out 2023. So we also have Stranger Things, My Little Pony, The Walking Dead that have also been a part of that universe as well. So actually, I like those crossovers. But I wish Yugi would do something like that, but I doubt it. But One Punch Man Season 3 has been announced. Almost 3 years after the second season wrapped up its run on the small screen. That Crunchyroll did report that, or should I say, did confirm that the third season will be going into production. Alright, so we have a first look at the new Addams Family. Coming from IGN, which I'll show you guys shortly. So for all you audio listeners, you are definitely missing out if you are coming back to check out the live, check out the show later on YouTube or even on Spotify. Or should I say the video version of it. Where are you? Ready? There you are, folks, the new Addams Family. Thank you, IGN, for that. We also have a teaser that was officially released as well, which we'll do a react for. We have a new Saw movie that has been announced with a returning director from Saw 6, Kevin Grottert, coming from IGN. The upcoming Saw sequel was announced by Lionsgate and Twisted Pictures, with the film heading to theaters on October 27th of 2023. The CW is set to be acquired. WB will continue to make scripted content. So this is coming from IGN, and according to Deadline, local TV giant Nexstar Media Group will acquire 75% of the CW, becoming the company's largest shareholder. Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Global will continue to own 12.5% each. Alright, so we're done with your entertainment, folks, and now we're move on to your sports play. Alrighty. My arm is twitching like crazy. It won't stop. It is what it is. So, the first one up is, well, these all come from CBS Sports. That's where I usually get my sports news from. 2022 WNBA playoffs started on Thursday night, and Game 1 between the Seattle Storm and Washington Mystics did not disappoint. After a back-and-forth affair, the Storms escaped with a 3-point win thanks to Breanna Stewart and some late-game heroics from Joelle Lloyd. Earlier in the night, Jones led the Connecticut Suns to a comfortable win over the Dallas Wings in the first game of their series. So it's another new playoff format has debuted this year, as the league has scrapped the first and second round buys in favor of a standard 3-round bracket format. The first round win will be the best of 3, while the semifinals and finals will be the best of 5. It's also so important to note the first round series will use a 2-1 format, which means the higher seed will host games 1 and 2, when the lower seeded team will host games 3 if necessary. The semifinals and finals, they'll use a standard 2-2-2-1 format, with the higher seed hosting games 1, 2, and 5, and if necessary, and the lower seed hosting game 3 and 4 if necessary. So we have a bracket that's courtesy of Google. So we already talked about the Liberty leading the Sky 1-0, and the Aces leading Mercury 1-0. As per yesterday's games, the Sun is leading the Wings 1-0, and the Storm is leading the Mystics 1-0. Alrighty. So the next one's the Cleveland Browns finally know how many games Deshaun Watson will be missed this season after the quarterback reached a settlement with NFL on Thursday. CBS Sports NFL insiders Josina Anderson and Jonathan Jones have reported that Watson will be suspended for 11 games, which is a substantial increase over the 6-game suspension he was originally handed. Besides the suspension, Watson will also have been hit with a fine of $5 million, which is the largest fine ever given to a player in NFL history. And the settlement also calls for Watson to comply with a professional treatment plan, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced. That's okay. The next one's let's see. After being forced to miss the past 4 NASCAR Cup Series races, Kurt Bush announced Thursday afternoon that he will miss the remainder of the regular season. That means Bush will not compete in either of the Cup's two remaining races at Watkins Glen International or Daytona International Speedway. Ty Gibbs will continue in his role as Bush's substitute driver behind the wheel of the number 45 Toyota with 23XI Racing. After a hard crash in turn 3 during the final round of the qualifying last month at Pocona, Bush announced the following morning that he had not been medically cleared to race by NASCAR after suffering from a concussion-like symptoms. In announcing that he would miss the rest of the regular season, Bush expressed that he would do so with an eye toward healing sufficient enough to return for the start of the NASCAR playoffs at Darlington in September. Hopefully, there is no set timeline for him to. However, there is no set timeline for him to be medically cleared to return. May have a safe recovery. So with the Calgary Flames signing Nazem Kadri to a 7-year contract, they needed to clear salary cap space. They were able to do that by trading center Sean Monahan and a conditional 2025 first round pick to the Montreal Canadiens, the team announced Thursday. Monahan has 1 year left on his contract with AAV of $6.375 million, and it's cost to the Flames to get rid of that gap hit. In exchange from Monahan and the first round pick, Calgary received future considerations. And this last one, the Big Ten on Thursday announced a new 7-year media rights deal with CBS, Fox, and NBC that begins July 1st, 2023 and runs through the 2029-2030 regular season. The multi-platform agreement is believed to be the largest in the history of college athletes, with industry sources putting the approximate value of the deal at a record $1.2 billion annually. Spanning 5 linear networks, including the Big Ten Network and FS1, the deal positions the Big Ten with 3 premier windows to show football games on broadcast television. Fox will air a featured Big Noon game on Saturdays at noon Eastern Time, with CBS following at 3:30 p.m. and NBC wrapping up each week with Big Ten Saturday night and prime time. The Big Ten will be a dominant force from a media standpoint on Saturday, said Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren, who oversaw the deal only 2.5 years into his tenure. We're done with sports, folks. Now we move on to music. Alrighty, folks. So we have a little bit of an exclusive. We have the 3 Oscar categories that recognize films which run 40 minutes or shorter are best live action short, best documentary short, and best animated short are often regarded as minor, but this year's contenders for them will include some major names. On the heels of recent Academy Awards ceremonies at which Oscars for short films were taken home by the likes of retired NBA legend Kobe Bryant, former NFL player Matthew A. Cherry, and Hollywood A-lister Riz Ahmed. The Hollywood Reporter has learned that Taylor Swift's filmmaking debut, All Too Well, the short film, which the pop star has described as a film about an effervescent, curious young woman who ends up completely out of her depth, received an Oscar qualifying run, making it eligible for the Best Live Action Short Oscar, and is working with a top consulting firm to guide its awards campaign. So we also have Kendrick Lamar's We Cry Together, which is a 6-minute film starring himself and Zola's Taylor Page as a quarreling couple, which Lamar made to supplement his song of the same name that was featured on the album he released in May. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers quietly played at the La Royal Theater in West LA from June 3rd to the 9th, qualified it for the race. Alright, we're done with that. We have Megan Thee Stallion's Drama Zine is out now, which is her second studio album. Is the follow-up to her blockbuster debut album Good News, peaking at number 2 in the Billboard 200. We have Nicki Minaj's Super Freaky Girl that is out now as well. I forgot to mention this earlier. Blackpink will be the first Korean female act to perform at the VMAs, coming over from iHeart. So the 2022 MTV Video Music Awards are just around the corner, where today's biggest stars come together for a chance to take home a trophy for a slew of fan-voted categories. Bad Bunny is the first Latin artist to be nominated for Artist of the Year. Ed Sheeran was the first winner of the category when it launched back in 2017. Was also nominated. Will be the first two-time winner in the category if he wins. The other Artists of the Year nominees are Drake, Harry Styles, Jack Harlow, Lil Nas X, and Lizzo. The 2022 VMAs will be held on Sunday, October 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern from the Production Center in Newark. Thank you, Billboard, for that. We have Selena Gomez as a season collab, an upcoming collab with Rima. So we'll see what new song comes out. Or should I say new single? Doja Cat has apparently launched a new website for a mysterious new project. We'll just have to wait and see for official announcement from her. And apparently it looks like Dr. Dre, Eminem, and even Snoop Dogg are working on a new collab as they were after the recent studio session. Speaking of collabs, Morrison and Zedd have confirmed a new collab for their upcoming song that would release at the end of the week, which is the highest collaboration. Let's see. Let me look into this. Nope, still not at all, yeah. Alright, so Megan Thee Stallion had shared her cover art and track list for her. No, that's coming. We already talked about that. We already talked about this. Is old. Okay, we have Rick Ross that joins Trap List in a new video for their Big Business remix. We have Lizzo has dropped a teaser for a To Be Loved music video. Are you ready? We have a new collab from Anita and Missy Elliott for Libby, which is out now. Thank you, Just Jared, for that. Blackpink's Big Venom is officially out as well, coming over from Billboard. And for the top 5 out of the Billboard Hot 100 list, we have number 1, Breaking My Soul by Beyonce. Number 2, As It Was by Harry Styles. Number 3, About Damn Time by Lizzo. Number 4, Running Up That Hill, A Deal With God by Kate Bush. And number 5, Staying Alive by DJ Khaled, featuring Drake and Lil Baby. Which I haven't actually listened to, by the way. So we have some breaking news. The 2022 Pokken Tournament Masters World Champion is Shadowcast, coming over from Cerebi. Let's see. And the 2022 Pokken Tournament Seniors World Champion is Fruit Prime. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's all there is. Mm. Let's see if we have anything breaking or anything that we may have missed. Give me a bit while I search these. Twitter is always the best way to go. Hmm. What's this? Let's see. Okay, looks like that's it, folks. We didn't really miss anything. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are interested in sending us free email, here's how you can contact us. We want to know your feedback, your thoughts, even any questions you may have for us. Sending us questions on the Discord server. Then we got voice.over /FM /TheImpactPlay. Everything by you sending us an email to reademail at TheImpactPlay.com. Who knows, you may even be featured on a future episode or even read live on the show. So thank you guys so much for bringing us a part of your day. Wish to join our community server or everyone Discord. Be sure to enter exclamation Discord in chat now. And guys, we're trying to unlock subs over on Twitch and we need your help. Share the channel with your friends, your family, and anyone who will leave one from the show. Leave us a review, use our rating on your favorite platform. Thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Until next time, for all of you tier 2 supporters and above, I'll see you on the post show. Everyone else, have a good one.